Yo, what's up, chat? So this is gonna be one of my first videos that I'm posting on this new account. Yes, this is a new account, chat, but we still have all the other accounts. I'm just doing this so now it's more of like a personal one. Cause Tripping on Fun YouTube is for like all the nuns fun, you know what I'm saying? But this one is just gonna be like me, y'all, and God. And what I'm doing for this one is basically just doing deep talks, just talking. And I want to start having like basically a prompt that I want to talk about in the recording. And I'd either just be laying down here, sitting at the desk, standing, leaning against the bed or the wall, just somewhere like where I'm just like already talking to myself. Because I already talk to myself all the time. So why not just share what I'm saying? Because people actually would find that interesting. And I'm not gonna lie, I was watching Joe Bart, and he was watching this other dude, and all he does is just talk to his camera. But like he cusses and does like funny stuff, which makes people still want to watch. Me, I'm just gonna be like real, like where you can relate to it, and then like sometimes I'll be funny, but I don't really mess with cussing no more. No offense to you if you cuss, everyone has their thing. But yeah, I want to start that. For this video, I'm basically just gonna tell y'all a little bit about me, just to start this one off, because I have no idea. I'm just starting it, because you know, yesterday was the best time to start. Today's the second. That's how I see it. So I might as well start right now, just talking and explaining who I am a little more. So a little more about me. My name is Matthew Nunn. I am a high schooler. I'm going to be a senior this year because, it's the summer right now. Few interesting things about me. Number one, I just rededicated my life to Christ not too long ago. And I want to start living in his image and spreading the gospel and the word. I want to start looking at everything from a third person perspective. I want to understand how other people feel, how other people think. I want to help people not only laugh, but to laugh in their hearts. Because a lot of us laugh on the outside, but we'll have like darkness in our hearts. I don't mean like where you go to school and like you're dealing with stuff at home and you laugh, but like you're hiding that. Yes, I'm talking about that. Yes. But I'm also talking about where you feel like the situation you're in is funny, so you laugh, and then later you regret laughing because you know that you shouldn't have laughed in that situation. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of people in this world who want to say that they're quote unquote perfect Christians and they have everything figured out, yet they want to pick on people and make them feel uncomfortable. So we're gonna use a person as an example because I actually know a person who does this in my high school that I go to, and I was talking to some of these pastors that I'm getting to know, and they end up talking about this guy. We'll just call him Jimmy. They're like, "Oh, yo, you know Jimmy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know Jimmy. Yeah, I know him." Mind you, I only talked to the guy like maybe 6-7 times, and it's because I don't really like the guy. What I mean by I don't like Jimmy is like it's not that, oh, his name is Jimmy, I don't like Jimmy, or oh, he plays football, I don't like football. I play football. Oh, a little bit more. So, okay, so sports, I play football, soccer, track, and cross. Senior year, I want to main soccer and track. Anyways, back to what I was saying. The reason I don't like Jimmy is because I like that he's a Christian. I respect that he's a Christian. I respect he's trying to go into sports. But I don't like when other people make other people feel uncomfortable. And what I mean by that is Jimmy, when I see him, I can tell that there's like two things that are big about him. One, he has wrath, the sin wrath, He gets very mad very easily. He doesn't know how to control his temper. And number 2, he picks on people, but like it's the picking where other people think it's funny. What I mean by that is, let's say there's a kid by himself drawing, and there is 2 ways to deal with this. And you can either, one, something I want to start doing is you can either go up to him quiet and be like, yo, what's up? What you drawing, dude? And then like he tell you what he's drawing, and you're like, okay, cool. And then you relate to whatever he's drawing, so forth, right? You have a conversation with the dude about what he's drawing. Not what Jimmy does. What Jimmy does is he goes up and he does it loud in the middle of class, making it a scene, making all eyes on him and the guy that he's talking to. And the reason a lot of people do this is because they want attention on themselves. They want attention. They're not trying to always just help the other person across from them. They want the attention. And what Jimmy will do is he'll be like, yo, what are you drawing, dude? After he just like, so like, let's say Jimmy's with his homies, right? He's talking, dabbing them up, whatever. Then he like points over to the guy. And then he goes over to the guy and he's like, yo, bro, what are you doing? And then he's like, oh, I'm doing blah, blah, blah. And then you know him being loud, obnoxious. Oh, you're doing what? And it gets to a point where like, yes, you were trying to get this dude outside of his comfort zone and just get to know him. But then it gets to a point where you're like, you're just doing it to now make yourself feel good and yourself look like the good guy instead of just trying to help another dude. Like, yes, when I help somebody with like the gospel, I help somebody get through lust, I help somebody through a deep talk, yes, I feel good about myself, but I don't just blast their stuff around. I don't blast myself being like, yeah, I just helped so and so with this and this. Yeah, I just helped so and so with this and this. I don't do that. I let people know I help you. I've helped other people and I'd like to help you. And then I don't blow up what I helped you with so I can get more content, so I can like be better or bigger. The reason I want to be better and bigger is because I want people to see me so I can talk to them and let them know. But there is a person that I talk to. His name's Cooper. He's one of the people that are trying to learn to be a pastor. Shout out to him. Amazing guy. And he did make it really clear. I like how he said that it's better to be serious with 10 people than to just talk to 100 or 1,000. I think yes, but why not do both? Point being, if I make all my focus on sharing the gospel to 1,000 and thousands of people, what will mainly happen is those people taking the content, taking the gospel, keep it with themselves. Because it's through a screen. Now, if I'm able to get 10 people face to face, screen to screen, and I'm able to invest my time, effort, and love in shepherding over those 10 people, it's more likely that I take my gospel, share it into them, and then they take that, share it into another, share it into another, share it into another. But I don't know why I can't do both. I can. That's the thing. I can do this, share with everyone, have convos, little convos with everyone, and then have a sit-down group where I share heart to heart, tear to tear, blood to blood. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Well, I speak English, so I know what you're saying. But yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think about that. I probably could keep going on if I ramble on some other stuff. I'll tell you a little more about me. A little bit about my past. And then I'll hit the hay. So first off, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I was a lustful man. A really lustful. You know what? I wouldn't even say man. I was a lustful boy. I was a lustful boy who took I took God's creation of women for myself lustfully, and I did that and was introduced to that in middle school, even though I had girlfriends, in elementary school. But then in high school, freshman and sophomore year, is when I really started to like be a bop and like talk to whoever I wanted. And sophomore year, I used to like, I talked to a lot of girls, like not like that, but like that. So every girl that was like cute to me, I talked to them, I say what's up to them, and like I'd get the snap, get the phone number. But then when I did talk to people, I did let them know that like there's like some like red flags. Like I'm not gonna date you because you drink. I'm not gonna date you because you smoke. I'm not gonna date you because this, that, and the other, right? And junior year is when I dated. So actually, the year that I just got out of, I dated this one girl, and she was the girl that I broke up with to get closer to God, because I knew that the lustful actions we were doing was not what I wanted for my life, was going to ruin my future. And it's not like it was only her, it was also me. And I'll own up to that. But I knew that I had to cut it off because we were getting so into lust that I knew that me wanting to wait till marriage would have gone cut off. And I didn't want that to happen. So I cut that off. I cut off a lot of relationships with friends who brought me to lust. And now I'm getting with new friends who are bringing me closer to God. New friends who I'm actually bringing out of lust. And I'm just really thankful for that. And I don't see God's creation of women as tools or just beauty. Because the thing about beauty is that there's actually this girl on Instagram. I don't even know who she is, but I just ended up clicking on her profile, and in her bio, it said something along the lines of, "What is the point of being beautiful if the world was blind?" Something like that. And like the way it sounded was a little better, but it touched a lot because what we all see as beauty is not what we should be seeing as beauty. We should be feeling it. What I mean by that is, why have a wife that's beautiful on the outside but evil on the inside? Now I'm not saying that you can't have a beautiful wife who's beautiful on the outside and the inside. I'm just saying, do not just fall for the eyes. You have to feel with your soul and your heart. And that's what I've understood. And that's why I see every woman that I talk to, whether she be old, so sorry, old, middle-aged, young, I see her, all of y'all, as sisters in Christ. And that's why I love all of y'all. And I do mean that when I say that in my photos and videos, is I love y'all. And when I was younger, I would always like tell my girlfriend I love you, and my parents would be like, "You don't know what love is, you don't know what love is, you can't say that." And I realized that love is, even when you feel you hate somebody, you choose to love them. But in the sense of like they did something to you, or like they're a stranger and you feel like, I can't love them, I don't know them anymore, or I don't know them in general, why should I love them? God loved the earth and everyone that was on it, even though he knew we were evil. That was why he originally flooded the earth, was because all of mankind was so evil, and he had Noah build the ark and had all of Noah's people because Noah was so worthy, and like listened. Forgot what the word is I'm looking for. And even though, because that obviously shows that he knows how we were, he knows how we were thinking. And then, even when he still knew man was evil, he sent his son to not judge us, but to save us. And that's just amazing. So why can't I love all of y'all too? I want to love everyone. And even those who have sinned and done wrong. But there's like another topic, but we'll get to that topic in another day. I guess we could say a little bit more about me. Yep, the lust thing. I'm a very athletic guy. I love my physical health. I love mental health. And that's why I talk to myself a lot. Like, I really do. Like, this isn't a lie. This is me, a camera in my room, talking to myself. But I really like it because it's something that I do on the regular. And some may ask, like, when did you originally meet God? And when I was getting baptized, she asked that so I could write it down so the person baptizing me could say it out loud. And the way she said it, she said, so how long have you dedicated your, or how long have you, like, been with the Lord? But she said it in a way where, like, it didn't mean a lot. And it should mean a lot. See, I first, like, started, like, feeling God when I was in middle school. Because I would say that I was depressed. I would just say I was confused and had intrusive thoughts. Like, I would randomly have an intrusive thought to, like, have a knife get stabbed into my abdomen right here, and like I would like hold the knife and I'd be like, ooh, that might hurt. That might hurt. But then there was like sometimes where, like, I felt like really sad and depressed, but it was because I thought that, like, my family was teaming up on me and didn't want me around and they loved my brother more, which I understood was not the case. I was just very confused. But I do like that I went through that because it brought me to God first off, because I would talk alone in my room and I'd wonder if there was anyone or anything listening to me. And I started believing that God was listening. Because me talking to myself in this camera doesn't feel the same as me talking to myself and God. And what I mean by that is when I'm praying and I'm just talking to myself in a room, I can feel in my heart that I'm talking to the Lord. Like, I just feel his presence, literally. And I love it and I'm thankful for it. Some life advice I'd give y'all that makes me is I'll tell y'all some funny stuff. Is in middle school, I was such a geek that I was like so in my middle school there was like a first floor, second floor, and like this is the school, and then outside over here was like the soccer field, and I had to get ready for soccer after the bell. Mind you, I'm in class. The periods haven't even ended yet. And what I do is I go out of my classroom, I go to the restroom into a stall, and I change. I change into my soccer outfit and into my cleats. Mind you, I was gonna have time to do all that before hitting the field. And while doing that, I won't forget, I end up getting picked on through the stall because some kid takes my cleat and he's like, oh, look at these, there's some cool cleats. What's this kid doing? And then, like, I don't remember what I said in the situation, but I was like, yeah, those are my cleats, bro. I don't even remember if I said, like, give them back, but the kid ended up giving them back, which, thanks, bro. Bro could have just ran off with my cleat. I would have never been able to play. But that was funny. A lot of people live life. I live life caring what other people say, and I know it is so much harder than what people say, especially when you have social anxiety. Because a lot of people make all these videos of doing all this content in like stores, I'm trying to make content in those stores. Y'all may think that I have no social anxiety and like because I do some of this stuff in stores, but my brother has to push me to do it. My little brother, because growing up all through middle school, all through high school, um, I've had the mentality of like, oh, does that guy care what I'm doing right now? Does that teacher care what I'm doing right now? Is this stupid? Will people think down on me? And people say, don't care what other people think. Live your life. And it is so much harder than that because when you want to do what you want to do and you get that one piece of eye contact with one person and they give you that look like bro, they think they're above you and that you're weird. It's like right there. It's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. So every time I see someone in public and they're doing something funny, I just smile. Because someone could like be in the store that you're in and they could be goofing around and you walk by and you look at them like this. Like, how do you think they're gonna feel? Like, I was walking around the store today, and some kids were saying, World Cup! And I turned the corner, and it's like a girl and her little brother, and she's like, oh! And I was like, I just smiled. I was just like, no, y'all are good, y'all are good. You just made someone's day doing that. You just changed an outcome. Imagine that. You changing someone's outcome. If I were to redo that, and this is how I was. Let's say those kids were saying World Cup, right? And I looked at them like this. How do you think they're gonna feel about that? Instead, I did this. Nah, y'all are good. 2 actions that lasted less than 3 seconds that could change either their day, the next hour they're gonna have, or their whole life. One moment like that can change everything. And I understand that and realize that growing up now. And that's why I'm trying to be an extrovert and like a social butterfly again. And that's why I like doing all this, is because it's helping. But, it's been long enough, 22 minutes. I was going to do it for shorter, but once I start talking, I just keep talking. So much in here, I finally get to put it on instead of paper, screen. Even though I do like writing, especially with something that I can write about. I was going to write a whole story. Like, I already had like, I was about to lie. I was about to say I have 7-8 pages. Dude, I have about 1 page because I was doing like in lots of detail. And I was going to do like a whole story. I had the whole thing like mapped in my head. It was going to be like a whole high school journey. I stopped. It takes too much time when I can just talk like this. Talking about some writing for an hour. No offense to those who can write for hours. That's amazing. And you can sell copies of that. You can sell each book. Crazy. Congrats for y'all. But yeah, we about to hit the hay. And by we, I mean me. I'm going to sleep. I don't even know what time it is. When I started this, it was like 12:30. And we've been on for like 30 minutes. So it's probably like 1. How many times have I yawned? Probably do like a yawn count. I'm just gonna post this like this too. I ain't gonna edit nothing. Let me know if I should edit. Like I should like add like weird clips and stuff. I'm gonna go make a small video on my IG so y'all can come see this account. Well, thank you to everyone who subs, likes, and wants to stay on this journey with us. If this is your first time meeting me, welcome. I hope you stick with me. There's a reason why you meet me. There's a reason why you see me. I love y'all. I love you. Have a great day, good night, good afternoon. You know what? We're gonna do the Truman Show, okay? In case I don't see you again. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.